Hi, I'm Victoria Ballou, and thank you for trusting your intuition and joining me right now to choose a stack of cards, one that resonates with you immediately. Don't overthink it, just choose. And let me remind you that you can find so much more information about tarot, astrology, dream interpretation, and all of the other metaphysical sciences by subscribing to my magazine, Astrologic. You can find it at astrologicmagazine.com. And if you enjoy my videos, then I know you will enjoy my magazine because we have so many contributors about so many different subjects in the metaphysical world. You can find what you love as well as discover new things that you will enjoy. So, press the subscribe button if you haven't already to know when my latest forecasts and meta minutes come out as well. So, have you chosen a stack of cards? I hope so. But let's take a look just in case you're still trying to decide. Although it's an instant. It is instant when you either choose or don't choose. So, is your message today underneath Vesta, my warrior priestess, or underneath this beautiful fossilized shell? Or is your message from your subconscious underneath the obelisk? Choose, and let's take a look at the message your subconscious, your intuitive mind has for you today. We will begin with Vesta. Scoot her over and take a look at the first card, which is your overview. This is your energy from a broad standpoint, this moment. Let's take a look to see what it is. You have the Hermit coming up. Hermit energy is more than just feeling secluded or isolated. I mean, that's a very small part of what this card, this energy embodies. This is talking about wisdom, and I mention that specifically because that's what it feels like to me right now that you are experiencing. And that is that you have a certain insight about something. And again, it's a very broad energy at this point, but you really feel like you have a together aspect about something that's based upon spending some time thinking about it. That's what this Hermit energy is all about. So this is, you've reached the completion of something that you were pondering, that you now feel like you understand enough to feel satisfied with it. But of course, we have another card here, which is your challenge energy. Let's see what is challenging this piece of wisdom that you feel like you have gained, because there's something here that you need to take a look at. So this is interesting. It's the universe, the highest card of the major arcana. This is talking about completing a cycle. This is saying that you have reached the highest level and ready to begin and step into a new aspect of your self-growth. But being the challenge card, this means that there's something hindering you here. So if we look at it in terms of the Hermit being your overview and the universe being your challenge, what this is saying is that even though you feel like you have gained a certain amount of wisdom where you are right now after a lot of careful thought, you're hesitant to embrace this leveling up. There's something that's keeping you from taking this next step, which is actually very good for you. Whenever we get the universe card like this, that means we are ready to level up. But here in the challenge position, this is saying that you are resisting it for some reason. And it's almost always, things like this happen out of fear. And the reason for the fear there can be endless reasons for it, endless ways to name what this fear is. But there is something that is keeping you from wrapping up this phase of your life, this phase of your self-growth, and moving into the next step. So we're going to take a look at your course of action called for card to see how you need to address this energy. So you have the 10 of Wands here in the Thoth deck. It's called oppression. This is saying that you are feeling overwhelmed and stressed out. Intuitively, this almost feels like this feels job related. This feels as though you have gained a lot of insight about your job, and maybe you're ready for a transition. Maybe you are ready to leave one job and move into another, even making a gigantic career move, returning to school, doing something. But this is making you really nervous, and therefore you're feeling this 10 of Wands energy, this oppression energy here. And so you're almost stuck in this place. The dynamic power of this universe card is really brewing within you. And I want you to, I know you recognize this because it's just one of the most magnificent energies, and for it to be stuck in this neutral position, this challenge position for you, that means that you're really having some struggles with this, and you need to turn it loose. That is what the guidance is here. That is your course of action called for, is to you have to accept this. You have to recognize that you're here for the change. The change is now. And once you move forward, even though it feels like a leap into the unknown, after you do this, it's going to feel awesome. And you're going to wonder why you didn't do it sooner. That is exactly what needs to happen here, because this Hermit energy says you've given this a lot of careful thought, but you're just nervous about taking this final step. Well, just do it. You can do it, and you must do it at this point. From a dreaming standpoint, symbolically, you absolutely could be dreaming that you are on a climb and the mountaintop is just close by, but you have an obstacle that seems insurmountable to go around, or maybe the next step could just take you right off of a sheer cliff. Something in that realm of symbology is probably what you're dreaming about, knowing that you're taking a step into the unknown, and this is unraveling you at this point. That is your subconscious mind coming through saying, yeah, you are here, but you need to take this step, because just beyond it is something amazing. And so in your dreaming mind, you're probably seeing something fabulous at the top of the mountain or just ahead of you, but there's maybe some gaping hole in the earth or something that you're trying to go around and you can't, or you feel like you can't. Trust me, you can, and that's exactly what you need to do right now. This is a big step in your life, and I see that here with the cards. But when you take those big steps, it does feel a little exhilarating, a little thrilling, a little exciting. It can make you nervous and also fearful, but you must take this step forward. It's absolutely what you need to do. And I sure hope that these cards helped you understand how to do that. Okay, let's take a look at the second stack of cards. The overview is your first card that we're going to take a look at. Your energy from a broad standpoint right now, and let's see what it is. Well, how lovely. It's the Two of Cups, love. Couple of ways you can look at this, because certainly it can be love with a partner, love that you feel, with someone else. It can represent the love you feel with a family member, with a friendship. It can also represent the love, the coming together of two aspects of yourself, right? So I want you to consider which of these this relates to for you, because this is a very powerful energy, the most powerful energy of the universe. It really is. And this is what you're resonating with right now, and so how fabulous for you. But of course, you have a challenge card, which just is telling you this is what is keeping you from fully embracing this love energy going forward. It's the Queen of Cups. This could represent you, whether you're male or female. It could just represent an energy in general. It could represent someone else who's in your life. If this is someone else, then this is saying you might have unrequited love at this point, that you are feeling love for someone, but it's not being returned in the way that you understand it, or maybe the way that you want it to be. If this is just an energy in general, the Queen of Cups represents authenticity in just its most precious and true form. This is saying then that you are not being authentic in the way that you're showing your love or expressing it in some way. And again, this could represent how you're expressing it towards someone else or toward yourself. But being that this is the Queen of Cups in your challenge energy, and you have the Two of Cups as your overview card, then there's something here about the way that the love is being expressed that's being challenged. That's why we have the third card, the course of action called for. Let's see what it is, and then we'll know how to deal with this. How interesting is this? It's the Six of Discs here in the Thoth deck. It's called Success. Of course, Discs energy deals with our physical being, and Cups is very much emotional. Water, emotion, and Discs, physical, land, earth. This is saying your course of action called for is just to physically embody the idea of success around this feeling of love, around the feeling of being authentic. This tells us that you are probably afraid to outwardly express how you really feel. And this, of course, is fear-based. Love and fear, two sides of the same coin. And you are experiencing some fear about being authentic in your feelings, even though you're very much feeling and living, embodying this energy. So here's the guidance for you, and that is to just allow this success to be part of you. Just allow this energy of success, and understanding that however you express your love is okay, as long as it doesn't hurt someone, as long as it doesn't hurt you. Be authentic, and don't be afraid to be authentic in the way that you speak of your love, because we all have that wonderful, unique ability, and the way that you say it is different from the way anyone else would say it. And so I really want you to think about this, because it matters a lot that you express it in your sincere way, because when you do, wonderful things happen, I guarantee. So from a dreaming standpoint, what I would think that you're dreaming about, since this is you feeling like you are not being able to express yourself in a clear way, I would think that you're not able to speak, that maybe you're dreaming that you're trying to say something, but you're not capable of doing that. That is the energy of your subconscious coming through, trying to tell you that you need to allow yourself to communicate openly and honestly about these things. That is going to get this energy moving. And once it does, you're going to be so happy that it does, because it's going to feel wonderful. All right, now we have the third stack of cards we're going to take a look at. The first card is your overview energy. This is your energy from a very broad standpoint right now. So let's take a look and see what it is. Okay, so you have the Seven of Cups. This is called debauch here in the Thoth deck. This represents energy which is stuck, emotional energy which is stuck. It's not really moving forward, it's not really moving backward, it's like it's in an emotional swamp right now. It's mired. The colors are just kind of, sappy, drippy. The whole image just has that feeling of, watercolors running. And so it's not a horrible situation. There could be frustration. The energy reflected around this card is probably frustration and some anxiety, mild depression. It's just this emotional feeling of being stuck. but of course we have the challenge card, which let's see what it is, because this will give us more of an answer as far as what is going on with you. Right, so here's the Six of Cups. It's called pleasure, and this is talking about physical pleasure, dealing with emotions, right? This is talking about physical relationships that you have with someone else. And this is being challenged right now. So now we have a pretty clear picture about what's going on, because you have the Seven of Cups and then you have the Six of Cups. So something, you're involved right now in a situation where you're very much wanting this pleasure in your life with someone else, but it's a very stuck relationship at this point. And but fear not, we have the third card. We have the course of action called for, which will illuminate how you can move through this energy. So let's take a look. Well, you have the beautiful priestess, right? And what I immediately look at here, let's check this out. See how these colors kind of resonate with each other, these beautiful pastel colors. You know, we have the same sorts of blue and green here. And then we put this Six of Cups in here, and even here we see some of these same colors. And this just means that the resolution is here. And of course, the priestess represents intuitive energy, things that are below the surface that we do not consciously see, that we don't automatically or understand. But if we allow our intuition to guide us, and this comes through meditation, prayer, but also paying attention to your dreams. That's what's so important here. You know, our dreams are messages from our subconscious that allow us to know what's really going on. We think we know what's going on in our conscious minds, but we really don't. Or I'll say we're limited in knowing. Only in our dreams does it get really down to the exact energy that's happening with us. And so here's what I want you to understand, is that yes, your relationship is stuck. I see that. And it's really frustrating to you because you're wanting to bring something forward that brings pleasure to you and to your partner or potential partner. You know, that's intuitively, I get that maybe this isn't even a relationship which has, taken shape yet. And if that's the case, intuitively you need to just tune in. You need to know your feelings. You need to tune into the other person's feelings too, and see if this is something that that they want to participate in. In order to have a happy, healthy relationship, that's what you have to do, and you need to make your choices based on that. Let your intuition be your guide, because at that point, then you'll know what to do. Don't be afraid. If it's something that is not what you wanted it to be, it just simply means that this was not right for you in this moment, and you can move on, because we know there are always so many possibilities, endless possibilities, opportunities, and ways to grow and to move forward. And this is how I feel that it might be right now with these cards. And so tune into this priestess energy and be honest with yourself about what comes to you. If you ask in those quiet moments, you'll get the answer. If you decode your dreams, which you can always go to my magazine online, Astrologic, and there are dozens of symbols that are decoded for you there, and put the narrative together, or consult someone who knows how to interpret and analyze dreams, who can help you, and find out on this very intuitive level what's going on, and then you'll know how to get this blocked energy moving, and you'll know how to bring the pleasure into your life. So from a dreaming standpoint, since we have been speaking so much of dreams, this feels like you're in water for sure, because we have these two cup energies. And so you're definitely in water, and you're probably in, water represents conscious life experience. And so this is saying that you're probably feeling like you're not able to swim, or maybe you're trying to breathe underwater and that's not happening, but something is definitely water related here, and it's not a pleasant experience for you. You're probably stuck in the water, right? That's almost certainly what's going on for you. And I want you to know that once you tune in to your intuition, your priestess energy, whether you're female or male, that this is going to move. This energy will move, and it will feel so much better for you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. I invite you to leave any questions or comments in the section below, because I always want to help you. I am here to serve you with your questions about tarot and dreams. And again, I invite you to subscribe to my magazine, Astrologic Magazine. You can also book one-on-one readings with me at victoriabelu.com. And thank you so much for joining me.